Productive life in Hong Kong. So, Rizal lived in Hong Kong in 7 months. He arrived in the city in November 1891 to June 1892, where he was welcomed by his friend Jose Maria Basa, initially paid for his fare to Hong Kong. So, by December, he was joined by his family who left the Philippines after losing legal battle with the Dominicans, which resulted in their eviction from their hometown, Calamba. He practiced his medicine in Hong Kong. So, bago siya pumunta sa Hong Kong, nagpaalam siya ng maayos kay Manuel H. Del Pilar, kung saan sumakay siya sa barko, kung saan kasama niya ang 600 na kopya ng El Filibusterismo. So, with his undesirable experience in Madrid, he decided to leave the political life in Europe and concentrate on his endeavors. So, sa kanyang hindi ka nais-nais na karanasan sa Madrid, kaya't nagpa siyang umalis ng buhay politika at itinuon ng sarili niya sa mga pangarap niya. He applied for his license to practice medicine in Hong Kong and was granted. Upang mahasa ang pag-aaral niya ng medisina, nagsanay siya sa Hong Kong at yun naman ay natupad. So, number 4, he had a reunion with his siblings and his parent. He supported them in Hong Kong. So, finally, his mother, together with his sister Lucia, Josefina, and Trinidad, arrived also in Hong Kong to support Rizal. So, next is his friendship with Dr. Lorenzo P. Marquez helped him start his practice in Hong Kong. So, Dr. Lorenzo P. Marquez is a physician who became Rizal's friend and admirer, who helped him to build up a wide clientele in recognition of Rizal's skills as an ophthalmic surgeon. He turned over all his patients to him. Many of his eye cases. Next, he went to Sandakan, Borneo to look for alternative place for displaced Calamba. So, notwithstanding the pursue his medical practice and his Borneo colonized project, Rizal continued his writing. So, he translate The Rise of Man, written in French to Tagalog, ang mga karapatan ng tao. So, proclaimed by French revolutionists in 1789, about the same time, 1891. He was never idle as he stayed in one place. He has his lucrative practice, but he still took time to write. So, kahit na kung saan siya nagsistay, nakakapagsulat pa rin siya. So, he tried to finish his third novel, Makamisa, in Tagalog, but gave it up. Pasiano started translating the Noli Me Tangere in Tagalog. So, pagkatapos niyang sulatin yung pangatlong novel niya, which is Makamisa. So, si Pasiano naman, siya naman yung nag-translate ng Noli Me in Tagalog. So, next, also, he wrote A la Nación Española, or to the Spanish nation, an appeal to Spain to right the wrongs done to Calamba-Tinians. So, wala dito yun. So, another proclamation entitled sa mga kababayan, or to my countrymen, was written in December 1891, explaining the Calamba agrarian situation. So, next is Jose Maria Basa thought of the idea of an organized group of Filipinos toward the attainment of the liberty of the Philippines. This was later named La Liga. The idea of establishing the La Liga Filipina, or the Filipino League, an association of patriotic Filipino for civic purposes, was originally considered by Jose Maria Basa. When Rizal returned to the Philippines, as he wanted to face Governor General Eugenio Disbohol on the fate of his North Borneo project since the Governor General remained silent on Jose Rizal petition. So, to confer with this Bohol regarding his Borneo colonization project, to establish the La Liga Filipina in Manila, to prove that Eduardo Dilete was wrong in attacking him in Madrid, that he being comfortable and safe in Hong Kong, had abandoned the country cause. So, relatives and friends opposed his decision to return home. So, together with his sister Lucia, Rizal left Hong Kong and returned to Manila. So, on June 20, he wrote 2 letters which he seals inscribed on each envelope to be opened after. So, parang ano siya, parang nakasulat dun sa envelope na to be opened after my death, and give them to his friend Dr. Marquez. So, nakasulat doon is yung bubuksan lang siya kapag namatay na siya. So, binigay niya yun sa kaibigan niya na si Dr. Marquez. That's all. Thank you for listening, everyone.